I'm now in the Sviatoshin district in the northwestern suburbs of Kyiv. You can perhaps see behind me people are picking up plastic sheeting to replace their windows because windows on apartment buildings all around here were blown out by the explosions early this morning. In several places, fires broke out. Cars also burned in the street. In front of me, I'm not allowed to show it, but the fire brigade are still putting out the fire of one house. As you said, I think 13 people have been hospitalised, according to the latest count. There were reports that one person had been killed here, but apparently that person is actually in intensive care and may yet pull through. But perhaps what's most remarkable about these strikes on Kyiv is not what's happening here on the outskirts, but the fact that the city centre was hit. By my calculation, they hadn't hit anything that close to the city centre since the 10th of October 2022, so more than a year, really very, very close to the government district, what's being described as an industrial facility. The Ukrainians don't want to give any more details, and we weren't allowed to film there, but I was there a little earlier, spoke to a rescue worker who said no one was hurt in the incident and that it was not yet clear whether this was a direct hit or whether it was a missile that was took a deflection or was at least was shot down, by the Ukrainian air defences.
And Gulliver, as I mentioned at the top there, we're also hearing of attacks on Kharkiv, where it seems as though people have been killed.
Yes, it's possible that the death toll will rise in Kharkiv because, as I understand it, 2 residential buildings, apartment buildings, were hit and quite significantly impacted. On both Kyiv and Kharkiv, we're hearing reports that a whole range of different missiles were used. Kharkiv, of course, is that much closer to the Russian border, so they can fire ballistic missiles across to Kharkiv much faster. We're hearing that ballistic missiles were also used in the attack on Kyiv. Certainly the air defences across Kyiv were working extremely hard in the early hours of this morning. We heard lots and lots of explosions, which I presume are attempts to shoot down the rockets.